And we're live. Welcome to the Papa Joe Show. This is Papa Joe, where Papa Joe knows. So thanks for coming in today, everyone. I appreciate it. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Checking out different settings here. So I've got one mic that kind of made some funny sounds yesterday, and today I've got another mic here. Turn this fan off. Y'all can hear correctly there. So yeah, let me know, thumbs up, that the sound sounds good and all that fun stuff. So today I kind of wanted to talk about some liquidity issues that I'm starting to notice in the overall crypto market. Some of the major ones that we all love and everybody knows, and most everyone in this group will actually probably hold, is Ethereum. Bitcoin too, and I'll get to that in a second. But Ethereum recently had an upgrade on their blockchain, and from that upgrade, they've been burning the coins. What that means is they've been shrinking the available supply. So at the end of the day, there's less and less going around. So that's going to cause a liquidity squeeze or a liquidity crunch on the actual overall market. And one of the things that I have noticed is that just simple economics, you're going to end up having the supply going down, and the demand is at least going to stay the same. If it stays the same, mathematically speaking, it will not. Thanks, appreciate it. The liquidity, as it goes down, the price, if the demand stays the same, the price will, and the liquidity goes down, the price will go up. So you look at Ethereum, I think it actually potentially may end up hitting a, let's see, I'm pulling something up here to kind of, I think we'll end up seeing, you'll end up seeing the actual liquidity of Ethereum cause the price to actually increase. And I'm trying to pull this up here for you guys to see kind of where I'm thinking on this. There we go. So what it's gonna cause is that more and more people use Ethereum right now to go and build their blockchains, to go build their different platforms. One of the most recent ones that I thoroughly enjoy is the Matic network, or the now Polygon. They just rebranded. Their goal is to enable Ethereum to do layer 2 type transactions. So that means integrate with other blockchains. So they're kind of an IoT, or an Internet of Things. They are a blockchain of blockchains. So think about a multi-chain. But they allow Ethereum to scale effectively, to work with other platforms and blockchains out there. So you think about someone builds a supply chain on Ethereum, a supply chain platform, and someone goes and builds another, like a payment processing system like Populous, or they're more of an invoicing. So kind of the same thing. What Matic allows them to do is it allows them to actually go in and connect and communicate with each other. But as the prices here decrease, or I'm sorry, as the volume decreases here, we're going to end up seeing a significant liquidity crunch just in Ethereum, causing the price to significantly increase. And from my perspective, you better, just like I've said in my other videos, and I'm going to continue to say, this is not financial advice, but if you're looking for an increase in value in what you currently do hold and have, you're going to probably want to hold on to Ethereum, hold Bitcoin, hold Litecoin, hold on to these different platforms that these different projects that I mentioned here. Not financial advice, not legal advice by any means, but just something to keep in mind if you're concerned about the current volatility in the actual markets, with the dollar collapsing effectively because they keep printing money out of nowhere. Last night, Nancy Pelosi tried to pass a $5 trillion bill the infrastructure bill to put 5 trillion. So not the 3.5 that you've been hearing about, $5 trillion. If you put $5 trillion into the market right now, you're asking, it's just trying to put the last nail in the coffin. I don't know how much more they can go. You go and take what you can and put it into cryptocurrency, and it'll store your value, and it will increase the value, because as I like to look at it this way, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. As we put more of our dollars into there, the prices go up. But look at it from an inflationary standpoint. It's costing more of your dollars to buy the one Bitcoin, just like it costs more of your dollars to buy that tomato in the store or that gallon of gas. That's what inflation does. You have no value purchasing power. If you have Bitcoin, if you have Ethereum, if you have Litecoin, you have these other cryptocurrencies, you have the ability to actually buy something with so little. That is real purchasing power. So I say, with the liquidity crunch happening in Ethereum because of the last update to their system or to their blockchain, you're going to have the price increase, and it may end up hitting a higher all-time high before Bitcoin does. Bitcoin's hovering at that $50,000 mark right now, which is great. But at the end of the day, Ethereum may end up beat it out in its overall race to whoever gets there first, kind of thing. Something else I wanted to kind of talk about today, and this is kind of what I spend the majority of the show on, I think, is let me pull it up for you guys to see this as well. Let's flip over to it here. So now I don't typically read CNBC, but one of the things that recently, and in my experience with Coinbase, their customer service isn't great. There's not a phone number you can call. There's not really a way to get a hold of anyone via email. They're very slow to respond. And granted, they don't really have a tremendous amount of support folks that they have working with them. And I get that. That's fine. But the problem is that Coinbase is a honeypot. Just like any exchange, any on and off ramp is a honeypot. And what a honeypot means is that is where there's a significant amount of value, of whether it's intellectual, whether it's data, whether it's financial, sitting in one place. And a hacker will try to actually go and take control of that environment and try to pull as much of it as they can out of it. And at the end of the day, that's going to be bad for you and me if we keep our cryptos in an exchange like that. So what I like to tell my customers at Aster, that's over here, sorry, and you can scan the, it's flipped around, scan the QR code, that'll take you to my website there. And what I do with my company is I try to educate folks on how to keep their cryptocurrencies safe and secure, try to teach them what it is, how it works, things like that. But that's more of a one-on-one consultation type of environment. So if you want to talk to me on an individual basis, schedule some time with me, gladly do that. Kind of answer any questions you may have, et cetera, et cetera. So when you look at exchanges, that's not where you need to keep your coins. If you think about it, would you keep your money just sitting in your front yard where someone can take it from you? It's kind of like an exchange because it's out there. So if you leave your cryptocurrency on an exchange, you're more susceptible to losing it. So what I tell my customers and what I tell my friends and family is that you need to pull your cryptos off of those exchanges. So when you buy them, pull them off. That does two things. That protects you if you get hacked or if they get hacked, because then you hold your coins. That also gives you control over what you own, right? That means that you're protected if they do get hacked. So you have them, they don't, you're great. It's like having cash in your house, almost, cash in your pocket. Cryptos are very much the same. This is the digital format of cash. This is an easier way to transport and buy and sell and do different things like that. So what I like to tell people is get a crypto only device, crypto only laptops over at Calyx Solutions. You guys know that I know Bitcoin Ben and that we do different things together. I've been on his show a few times. I'm part of his founders group. I'm one of the founders there. And they have crypto only devices that they sell. Now, there are other ways to go do that. You can get go get an iPod, an iPad, just some sort of device that's a clean environment that's used only for cryptocurrency related things. You don't want to be going to any website on that except for a cryptocurrency related website. You don't want to be installing any application except for a wallet that's only for cryptocurrency on there. Yeah. Rick, how do you remember Mt. Gox? That was back in my time. I started mining in late 2011, right? So it's here we go. It's interesting to see that a lot of the people back then remember that hack, and it lost everything. And I don't even know if it was a hack. Actually, more wonder if it was more of a takeover from the accounts once they started realizing that the value was there. I never got into Mt. Gox. That was more of something I was just trying to mine the coins and just kind of hold on to them. I was trying to figure out what the blockchain did. I wasn't really necessarily looking to trade anything I had or anything like that. So, but at the end of the day, keeping your crypto off the exchanges protects them. It puts them in your control. Now, I have one caveat for that. There are folks who have significant amounts of fiat currency that they may want to move into Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general for maybe a hedge against the inflationary dollar that is happening. You know, the rise of cost in the dollar, right? Or the lack of ability to buy anything with it, really, more than anything. There are third-party custodial platforms that actually have insurance on what you have there. When you have a larger amount of fiat you're going to want to put into cryptos, or once you actually have a lot in cryptos from a dollar value perspective, it may be better to actually let a third-party custodial actually manage that for you. So one of the ones that I personally really like is Viva Capital. They allow you to actually hold your crypto with them. It's still your crypto, but they are the custodians of those. For some of their offerings, they do offer dollar for dollar insurance. So if something ever did happen, they'll make you whole in at least your local currency, stuff like that. So, but that isn't a cost or a cost to you that at the end of the day that you can actually obtain through them. But if you ever wanted to withdraw your coins, they're your coins. You can have them, you know, that kind of thing. It's not like other platforms out there where if you hold your coins with them, they may or may not have them because they've traded them or done something else with them. Viva holds them in custody. They're very, very, very security minded around what they're doing. And that's one of the ones that I found that is, top notch, out there that you can actually go to if you're looking for someone else to kind of manage your portfolio for you. It's a managed solutions, crypto done for you kind of thing. I really like what they have there. But yeah, at the end of the day, keep your cryptos off the exchanges. So if you buy it, great, but get it off the exchange. If there's a wallet for it, get it off as soon as you can. The second thing that does, I mentioned before, it allows you to hold the control of what you have. The second thing that does is it also does an on-chain transaction. So if you want to know what the real value of the different coins are, you look at the on-chain transactions. The exchanges are technically doing derivatives. So when you buy, you trade, you sell, etc., that's a derivative transaction. It doesn't actually count on the blockchain until you actually pull it off. Or sell it. So if you pull it off or sell it, like if you cash out effectively, it does an on-chain transaction at both of those times. This allows the actual blockchain to reflect the actual value of the currency that you're pulling in and out of the exchanges. So just be mindful of where you're storing your coins, right? So if you have a crypto only device, a laptop, a phone, an iPod or an iPad, something like that, some sort of small tablet, put your coins on there and then put them in a safe. It's very safe and secure. Someone's gonna have to come in your house, get into the safe to get into that, and then they're gonna have to know your password, and then they're gonna have to know the password to the wallets, and then they're gonna have to have all these different things to even get into that. Just it makes it very, very cumbersome from a operational standpoint. So operational security versus cybersecurity is two different things. If it's so many steps for somebody who wants to get into and steal your cryptos, that makes it just not worth it for them, then they won't even try. So those are some things that kind of think about. And from a cybersecurity standpoint, just be mindful of what you click on your computers, the websites you go to, the things you do with that. Be mindful of how you actually go and do those different things. What's this say? Sadly, you have to wait. Yeah, so that's the other thing. If you're on an exchange, so if you've ever worked with Coinbase in particular, then since we're talking about them here, if you sell your coins or if you try to buy your coins, it takes forever for you to actually have access to those. And I say forever, 3 or 4 days. It's crypto. It's supposed to be instant, right? Well, Coinbase, as an example, doesn't hold and reserve your cryptos. They trade them. They use them. So when you go and buy, you put a buy order in. On the back end, they go and they try to actually buy as many as they can at a lower price than what you bought it in, so that they can actually sell it to you at that higher price and make a profit. It's a business practice. It's fine, but it's also, they're not holding your cryptos the way that you would think that they actually are, and that's another thing why if you're holding it there, it's not really being held there. It's a number on a screen. Until you sell it and pull it off, it's not yours. Until you hold it or you have it in a custodian, it's not yours. So those are some things to keep in mind whenever you're going out and you're buying and trading and selling your cryptos. Guys, crypto's going up. Everyone says that there's going to be a bull market. There's yeah, price may go down or whatnot, but this thing is not going anywhere. Genie's out of the bottle. There's nothing anyone can do anywhere to stop it. And I think that really concerns governments of the world. I think it really concerns different regulators of the world, because they can't regulate something they didn't issue, they didn't create, they didn't start. They can try all they want, but they're not going to be able to. I said this yesterday. You cannot regulate a self-regulating system. Blockchain technology is a self-regulated system, and these financial instruments, Bitcoin, Ethereum is technically not a financial instrument. Ethereum is a blockchain platform, and it's a monetized token. So just to kind of tell you guys real quick, little squirrel here, sorry. Bitcoin, Litecoin, things like that, those have a limited supply. They have proof of work or proof of stake. Some of them are proof of stake out there. It actually takes effort to get that out of the blockchain. Like mining gold, there's a limited supply. It means that your value is going to, not only is there a limited supply, but it's also decreasing approximately every 4 years. So when there's a halving, that's mathematically built in that the price will go up. You'll hear Bitcoin Ben say that. He's not wrong. He's very right. That every 4 years, approximately, the amount of newly minted coins will decrease by half. It started with 50, and it went to 25, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you have to think about, as this is a deflationary currency. There is no inflation that will happen with it. It is all deflationary. So to go back here, so you got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum. They're two different things. They both have value, but you have two different things. Bitcoin is money, right? So real money. Ethereum is a monetized token. So it's a business platform for building blockchains on top of blockchains on top of blockchains. So you can go stand up an ERC20 token, which is an Ethereum token that is not Ethereum, but it's running on the Ethereum blockchain. And you can spin off your own network, create your own other project on there, and it's actually works out better to do that instead of building from the ground up. So you kind of have, it's almost like a springboard or a platform that you can actually go and build your project on. So I hope that's not too confusing, but there is a difference in the different types of cryptocurrencies out there. They're not all the same. A lot of them are going to fail. But if you want an actual cryptocurrency that has value and can be used to store value, Bitcoin is your coin. A lot of people love XRP because it's fast, it's easy to transact between each other. Personally, don't like it because it has a lot of bankers and the old system still involved behind it. You can't take the old system and try to make crypto work inside the old system. The old system needs to die. The new system for transacting between individuals, two parties between each other, businesses, etc., has been built, and it's cryptocurrency. And the old system needs to stop trying to get this to work in their system. It's not going to. It never will. It was never made to do so. They need to stop trying, and they need to join, or they will die. Just as like, the invention of email. You think about how everyone sent letters back in the day, and now we unfortunately have the postal service has been struggling because no one's using it really anymore. And that's kind of what email did. This is a disruptive technology. This is going to disrupt banking. This is going to disrupt supply chains. This is going to disrupt, well, not supply chains. It's going to evolve the supply chain. It's going to make it better, more efficient, more automated, things like that. Overall, the market's going to continue to go up, guys. It's a matter of, are you going to jump in, or are you going to sit on the sideline and wait for it to drop again? It may drop a little, but it's like Bitcoin sitting at $50,000 mark. Ethereum is sitting right. I actually haven't looked at it today, to be honest with you. It's going to, they're going to continue to rise just because we use them. The world is using them, and there's nothing that any government can do about it. There's nothing any regulator can do about it, and it scares them because they are going to lose their control. I forget the congressman who did a talk on how cryptocurrency, in particular Bitcoin, removes their control over the world, and they admit it openly. I'll have to find the video. I'll see if I can put it in the link or in the description. But realistically, guys, cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, being a store of value, is going to continue to rise. The more people that get into it, and even if no one else gets into it, guess what? The next halving, it's going to go up because there's going to be less available. It's going to rise. It's going to go up. You look at Bitcoin and Bitcoin's track record, it's done nothing but go up. I remember back when it was $150. I remember back when it was under $1. Yes, that's how long I've been into it. I remember back then, anyways. Just like all these other projects that are under $1, guess what? They could potentially do the same thing. So there's lots of other platforms, projects, companies out there building their stuff, and you need to realize that this is how this is going to go. This is the new stock market. This is a new way to invest. This is a new way to go and build wealth for you and your family. I think Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, some of the other projects, they're going to create generational wealth for you and your family. And it is my passion, and I want as many of my friends and family, many of you guys, as many of you possibly can, get in there and get some. Hold on to it just a little bit, even if it's a little. It doesn't matter, just a little. You will not regret it. Anyways, that's going to be pretty much it from you for right now. Down here below, see, join the Patreon show. I go into different subjects on Patreon. So I'll talk about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology a little bit there too. But my main focus with that, well, it's going to be blockchain and cryptocurrency. But I'm also going to be talking about world events. I'm going to talk about things that you can't publish on YouTube or out on the internet. It has to be an unlisted video. So if you guys want to hear my opinion on current events, if you want to hear my opinion on more in-depth things that I typically won't talk about out here, I have the Patreon show for that. I've got it set to $5 a month. The only reason for that is to keep the trolls out, really. And no one's going to, people who want to just poke holes and stuff aren't going to pay $5 or they're going to pay anything to go do that. So that's really the only reason that's there. So yeah, join the Patreon. It's in the link in the description. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to shoot for having that done every day at 4:30. This one every day at 12:30. So while folks are on lunch like myself, I can actually come out here and talk to you guys and have a good conversation. And but yeah, really enjoying this. Let me know what y'all think. Thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So share it with your friends and family. I'd greatly appreciate that. So anyways, you guys have a blessed afternoon, and we'll see you at 4:30.